Hey all, I'm super excited to be joining you all today. In the previous workshop, I looked at how you can create an NFT collection. Today, I will look at some of the tools and templates that are available in Repl.it to help build smart contracts. Let's have a quick look at today's agenda. We will begin by having a look at what is a smart contract. We will then take a look at Solidity, the language used by the leading smart contract blockchain to code smart contracts. Afterwards, we will take a look at the two main types of smart contracts, ERC20, fungible tokens, and ERC721, non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. To finish, we will jump into Repl.it and have a live demo of using the Repl.it Solidity template. So, to start, what is a smart contract? Smart contracts are programs that execute on open, transparent blockchains. They do not live on private, centralized services such as AWS or Google Cloud. This makes them extremely powerful as they can be audited by anyone. In the 1990s, a computer scientist by the name Nick Szabo coined the term smart contract. Nick Szabo also invented BitGold. Although it did not succeed, it laid the ground for Satoshi Nakamoto to invent Bitcoin in 2008. Bitcoin is an application-specific blockchain. It does one thing really well. It allows you to transfer Bitcoins from one wallet to another. It is not particularly well suited to build other applications on top of it. Before the launch of Ethereum, if you wanted to build an application on a blockchain, you had to deploy a whole new blockchain. This was a complex and cumbersome process. In 2013, Vitalik Buterin was excited by the use cases of blockchains, but realized that deploying a whole new blockchain every time you built a new application was not a scalable process. Vitalik designed a blockchain where all the nodes lived in a virtual machine known as the EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. This gave you the ability to deploy your own custom code to the EVM and build any type of application without building a new blockchain. The Ethereum blockchain is similar to the Apple App Store. Anyone can build any type of application and deploy it to Ethereum. The code that lives and executes on the blockchain are known as smart contracts. A blockchain application may consist of one or more smart contracts. Smart contracts offer us several benefits. The first is that they are trustless. This means that two parties can transact with each other without an intermediary. For example, Bitcoin is a decentralized currency with no bank or central bank acting as an intermediary. 2. Smart contracts are distributed. They do not live on centralized servers. They can operate 24/7 without any downtime, and they are not restricted on the type of applications you can build by any central authority. 3. Smart contracts are permissionless. It does not matter who you are. You can freely interact with these protocols without the constraints and checks embedded within the traditional financial system. 4. Smart contracts are autonomous. They do not require the intervention of humans and therefore cannot be manipulated by third parties. Autonomy also makes them cheap to run compared to human resources. What is Solidity? Smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain are written in a programming language called Solidity. Smart contracts written in Solidity can be used on any EVM compatible blockchain. This includes Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, and Avalanche. Other blockchains use different languages to write smart contracts. For example, Solana uses Rust and Cardano uses Haskell. Learning a smart contract language is hugely profitable. There is a huge demand for blockchain developers. Solidity is a statically typed object-oriented language. It is Turing complete, which means that you can express all types of applications and run all forms of programs. Turing complete languages usually contain loops and if-else statements and support concepts like recursion. Types of smart contracts. There are two main types of smart contracts. ERC20 for building fungible tokens, and ERC721 for building non-fungible tokens. An item is fungible if it can be replaced by another identical item. For example, money is fungible. If I give you £10 today, next week you can return any £10. It does not have to be that exact £10 note I gave you. Non-fungible items cannot be interchanged. An airline ticket is a real-world example of a non-fungible item. It is very specific: airline, destination, passenger, date and time. You cannot use it to travel anywhere in the world. Let's now jump into Repl.it and have a look at some of the tools that are available that can help us start learning Solidity and building smart contracts. When I go into Repl.it, the first thing I need to do is create a new project. Here I can search for Solidity and I'm presented with a Solidity starter template. Let's select this. Let's start by taking a look at the README. This file outlines the features of the template and how you run this project. It's worthwhile spending some time and just reading this. The next place we can take a look is in the examples folder. Here we have 3 different smart contracts. The first is a very basic ERC721 NFT contract. The second is a very basic ERC20 token. And finally we have a simple wallet application with 2 methods: deposit and withdraw. Have a look at these contracts and start getting a feel for Solidity syntax. If you want to learn Solidity, Google Crypto Zombies. This is the most popular course for learning Solidity. Back into Replit. The final contract we have is a very simple contract with some mathematical functions. You can extend this contract and add an addition and subtraction function. Let's add an add function. In the tools directory, we have a simple web app that we can run that allows us to interact with the contracts in this project. Let's run this application. We will need MetaMask to connect to this application and also connect to the test network. There's a link in the top right that will give us some ETH for testing. Let's go ahead and request some ETH. Once we have some ETH, we can select one of the contracts that are part of this project and deploy it. The deploy action will compile the contract and ship to a test instance of the Ethereum blockchain. Let's deploy our maths test contract. The process is not instant, so may take some time. Once our contract is deployed, we can interact with it directly from this UI. I just need to select the contract name and I can see all the public functions that are a part of this contract. Here, I will find the multiply function and the add function. Let's test the add function. If I give it 10 and 5, I will expect it to return 15. Let's test multiply. 10 times 5 equals 50. You can play around with this further. What I love about this template is that it requires minimal knowledge about blockchains. It contains everything that you need to write a contract. Grab some fake ETH and deploy it to the blockchain, and then also start testing it using the same UI. You can't use this project to deploy a live application to mainnet, as there's a lot more complexity. However, it's a perfect starter project to start learning about smart contracts and Solidity. So, that's all folks. I hope you learned something today. Not just about smart contracts and Solidity, but also about Repl.it and its huge repository of projects templates that make learning fun and simple. If you enjoyed this session, hit the like button and please follow me on Twitter where I share everything I learn about NFTs and Web3 as I continue to venture further down this rabbit hole.